Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome into Homewood Field in Baltimore as the 10th-ranked Johns Hopkins field hockey team takes on the Dickinson Red Devils here on HopTV. I'm Connor Newcomb, bringing you the action today as your top 10-ranked Blue Jays look to stay perfect in Centennial Conference play today. The Jays coming in at 8-2 overall, 3-0 in the conference this year, and they take on a Dickinson team that, although 5-5 and 2-2 in the Centennial, has upset on its mind as Dickinson in the white, Hopkins in the blue, and the Red Devils will start with possession before it runs out and will go back over to Hop. Dickinson already has pulled a big upset earlier this week on Saturday. They trailed 2-0 early against 9th-ranked Ursinus. 3 goals for this Dickinson team later in the game, and they win it 3-2 over a top 10 opponent, pulling off an upset at home. Now the Red Devils look for a big upset on the road. On the Hopkins side, again looking to stay perfect in conference and keep that top 10 ranking. It'll be Michaela Corvey, who's been a big goal scorer as of late for Hopkins, as she had both goals in Hopkins' 2-1 win over Haverford on Saturday. There's Maddie Dombrowski, number 1 in white for Dickinson. Little give and go. She'll try and run it down, and the whistle gives it back to Hopkins. Now, Dombrowski, a junior forward out of Boiling Springs, Pennsylvania, normally number 6, but she apparently, her jersey didn't make it on the bus trip here to Baltimore, so Dombrowski will be wearing number 1 today for Dickinson, but she's a big part of their offense. 2 goals, 2 assists for the junior this year, and you'll see her on the ball a lot for the Red Devils. Up the near sideline, Katie Mackerline comes up limping a bit, and the whistle's going to go against Dickinson. A lot of contact there from Jillian Beeman, number 18 in white. Here's Izzy Thompson up the left side. Hasn't quite gotten the goal scoring going to the level it was at last year. Thompson curls one inside the circle. It's loose in front, Maddie Brown-Shear, and it's deflected in. Hopkins early takes a 1-0 lead, just over 2 minutes into this one. And on really their best chance of the day, quickly take a 1-0 lead. It was all set up there by Izzy Thompson. She fed one in front. Brown-Shear was close to getting the goal. Not sure if it took a deflection. Sadie Aboud was in the area. But either way, a 1-0 Blue Jay lead. So quickly, Hopkins, a team that started slow on Saturday. And Maddie Brown-Shear will get the goal. Aboud did not get a touch on it. And for Maddie Brown-Shear, the leading goal scorer, just continues her reign this season. 9 goals now for the sophomore to go along with 3 assists. But it was a nice play set up by Izzy Thompson as well. Hopkins on Saturday, they got the victory, 2-1 on the road against Haverford to go to 3-0 in Centennial Conference play, but it was not easy. The Fords got a goal in the 7th minute of that one to take a 1-0 lead, and Hopkins offense couldn't get anything going until finally, with less than 3 minutes to play, as that drive comes from outside the circle. So even though it finds the back of the cage, no goal, has to deflect off someone inside the circle. Although Hopkins couldn't get it going, at least finding the back of the cage, they broke through with less than 3 to play. Michaela Corvey got a goal to tie it. And then just a couple minutes later, in fact, with just 6 seconds remaining on the clock in regulation, Corvey scored again to give Hopkins a 2-1 road victory to get them to 8-2 overall on the season. So that became a huge moment for Michaela Corvey, who came into that game with 1 goal and got 2 in a span of a couple minutes right at the end to give Hopkins a huge road victory on Saturday. Whistle blows in favor of the Blue Jays here, and now they kind of flip the script, and it's been a lot of scoring for Hopkins, and well, it's really their last 10 minutes of game time. As you see Abby Burke here to restart it. Now 3 goals. Of course, the 2 coming in the final 3 minutes on Saturday, and then they get one within the first 3 minutes today. So a 1-0 lead for the Blue Jays. Again, the sophomore Maddie Brown-Shearer gets her 9th goal of her sophomore season after she had 4 of them last year as a freshman. That's lifted up in the air, and Eileen Nichols will bring it down. You notice Nichols out there, number 18. She's making her first career start today. Nichols, a sophomore defender out of Milford, Pennsylvania. Just the 7th game she's appeared in this season, and just the 9th game she's appeared in her career. But a big moment for her is no Avery Seward in the lineup, her fellow sophomore defender. Of course, Seward has started every game back there for Hopkins. But she's not in there today. Instead, it's Nichols. So far, so good for her. This one rolls all the way into the circle. Sadie Aboud makes a move to her right. Aboud is in, and Aboud scores. 2-0 now. The Hopkins lead as Sadie Aboud gets her 3rd goal of the season. Hopkins again dominating inside the circle. What a move from Aboud to just curl around the defender Hannah Speary and put it to the far post past the goalkeeper Heather Meter. And a 2-goal Hopkins lead just over 5 minutes into this one.